The roads to humans is all the blessings of a constructor. Like that, we have Mr. Saurabh, our experienced civil engineer, yet professional. Hello, sir. We welcome you from the side of Protrainy. Our mission is to upskill the students to another episode of Through the Lens of a Civil Engineer, a talk show with professionals.
Thank you, Disha. It's great to hear you.
Okay, let's introduce him a bit. He's currently employed, like as having a joint association in the REX, MBA Real Estate, where he has already a professional experience with MEC consultants as leading managing construction purpose. Then later on, he had also worked with Rajpath Infracon Private Limited Pune, where he worked on the project of NH 166 and SH 147. Then he has already a background of internships that enhance his qualities regarding virtual intern as well as intern in Meg Constructwell Private Limited Nasik. Not only that, he has a number of research papers, projects, which he is going to classify your world through all the information regarding the civil engineering. He has different aspects, not only real estates, but also from the marine point of view. And then later on, he had been working as a civil engineer. So, one of those projects in his MBA right now is about feasibility study of commercial mall, then developers rating matrix, then case study of Pune market studies, and he has even worked from the industrial point of view, which makes him put a practical impact, the rehabilitation and augmentation of Vitanagar section of NH 166, then PN 39 improvement of Falton to Kusangao Road, SH 147, and then construction of multi-purpose RO jetty. Then he had an experience through undergraduation project as well to reduce the conflict points of the implementation of diverging diamond interchange, as well as a case study on Danes Chalk, Pune pedestrian facilities. He had been a marvelous achievement winner with all his membership in Sling as well as working in the accounting fundamentals. Wow, that had been an extraordinary background, sir. We are totally overwhelmed out of it. How did you get into this field? It makes us so much curious.
Yeah, sometimes it's like when you imagine lots of vertical and getting into a lot of wings, it's difficult to manage and imagine a lot of the different sides of the civil engineering. Civil engineering is not a very um, one-liner thing. It is having lots of verticals and lot of different dimensions, and one should always experience and explore those dimensions as well. And I'm the one who love to explore a lot. So from highway engineering to marine world to real estate to planning to construction. I explored it within a short span of time, but I managed also, and I got the sensibility and even the understanding of different vertical and what are my good strength and what are my weak strength, on which part I have to work upon and what should be my career aspects and strategy in my future alignment of my professional career. So I explored the fields and I got into the real estate um, as my passion. And yeah, I'm here and talking with you. That's
Wow,
very good introduction, and thank you for it.
wow. The background must have some planning. Is there some story how you started with your career?
Yeah, like from my childhood till now, I was like very artistic, very I was interested in arts and crafts and modeling and the creation of realistic models and different things. So The journey started when I was in my 10th standard and my ninth and 10th standard when I participated in GeoFest international event, and I was representing Maharashtra as my state as a model making competition basic. And then I decided that okay, I want to become a civil engineer because I love structure, I love the infrastructure planning, and
We can
so
really
that
visualize it.
was the turning point actually. Yeah.
So, sir, do you believe there is a big gap between trained civil engineers and untrained ones?
Yeah, there is a lot of actually, to be honest, when you compare with the Indian scenario and the professional training careers here in India, people are getting a lot of theoretical knowledge. Like I was also into the same dilemma when I was in my engineering, and I was going through lots of this big bit of books and lots of different theorems, different theories and construction designs and all these things. But one thing uh, literally matters into real professional world is your skills, and that skills are not given into the uh, universities, I guess. Like, and if they are giving, but they are not that much focused. So one should always harness those skills from different sources, different classes, different platforms, like your platform, and there are different kinds of platform. You should go and harness the skills and get into the practical world. Yeah.
Sir, we saw you had a very big project in 2019 and 20. Like, can you describe about your marine experience? It's totally realistic plus it's a dream
Yeah,
come true.
yeah. Like when I was working into transportation sector, I got the opportunity to work into marine construction as well. And this was a very niche field and very niche background that you don't get that exposure into your civil engineering. Hardly you get into some of the theorems of harbor designing or port designing, but it's very difficult to get into the marine structure. So I got an opportunity through one of the consultancy firm into Mumbai, which were dealing with the government project for one of the India's first and the only project in India,
Wow.
marine Roro jetty. Now you can travel to with your cars into ocean through a ship and get into the ship and explore the marine world.
Is it reality?
So
Like, it happened?
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
it's there. Like now, actually, government of Maharashtra and Mumbai government they decided to construct a Roro jetty where you can go and take the sightseeing of Alibag and beautiful
Mhm.
beaches in front of Mumbai. So get into your car, into ship, and have visit to the ocean of Arabian Sea. So it was a very great exposure, and that was very niche background and exposure for me to work into such a niche market.
Yeah, definitely. The practical workplace and definitely the world we have been reading through books is two different things. Like, anything can happen at any moment. You might not
Yeah,
say,
you don't know because you cannot stop getting opportunities. Like if you'll get an opportunity, grab it. Like civil engineers should grab their opportunities, or they will always be in stable and steady stage. So that is,
yeah, a plan B always available. Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
So, like, so was there any internship behind it, or how did you get to this opportunity?
No, actually, to be honest, my skills were aligning to it. I was recruited uh, as the engineer over there, who can able to have skills into leveling, surveying, and designing. So my skills was mainly survey, um, and my skills was geotechnical engineering, having common knowledge about geotechnical engineering, so that you can explore the soil strata into deep ocean, and some of the skills like measurement and survey were the important skill I was meant to have. So my skills was oriented through that direction. So I went into that direction. Yeah. So
Oh, so like, did you approach a company or you got a notification out of some colleague or some connection?
yeah, like actually I got one notification from one of my senior engineer when I was working into National Highway, and he said that are you interested into marine structure? So I just said that okay, like it's very
Yeah, different,
new
no?
opportunity. It's very different, and while hearing the while imagining that you're working into ocean and like
It's
that
totally a bit
grabs my attention.
fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that grabbed my attention. So yeah.
So, how long it was? The project seems a very big idea to me.
Yeah, right. Projects are still going on, but due to pandemic, they were hold, and there was a problem due to the pandemic situation and some of the governmental or environmental issues. But one phase is already opened of that project, and next phases are still remaining. They are going on. Uh, let's see and hope for the best in future that it will soon launch and people will get chance to visit into the ocean.
Throughout your all projects in your college life, your industrial experience, like was there a major big memory that literally triggered you to be determined to work with the civil engineering?
Yeah, I still do remember my engineering days, and they were literally very harsh. You have to do lots of assignments, lots of projects, and teachers, of course. They are very difficult to handle. You have a strict deadlines to complete your all assignments and
Mm.
stuff like that. So I still do remember one incident from my engineering that my professor was from IIT. He had done his PhD from IIT, and he, he was having a different aura to study. So when he gave simply us the theodolite and auto levels and stuff and something like that, and he said us that go and take the measurement of road and come back and construct a road on paper. And we were literally like a like we were literally like a white paper, and we were not knowing anything about it. So that incident strikes me that how within a 4 months, like how we drafted a road on paper or on sheets, and 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 that was the real experience that when you don't when you don't have support, then creativity comes within you. So you have lot of material, you search through that material and you come up with the ideas that okay, these are the way to draw, or these are the way to construct any road. So
Mm.
that that instinct hit me that I want to do my masters into transportation engineering. So yeah, that was it.
Wow, that was a big story. So, is there a typical particular target behind all those projects you have done so far?
Yeah, there were like I was very strategically oriented toward my engineering. Like I have seen a lot of the people when they get into engineering, there are a lot of bunch of students. Like there are good people, there are practical oriented students, there are mediocres, and there are like low skilled people. Like they don't have any relations with studies at all. So you choose that what you want to do in your life, like whether you want to start your business, whether you want to start your consultancy firm, whether you want to get into practical infrastructure side, or in real estate, or in office job, or in which vertical you want to. So align your path toward it, and whenever you get the opportunity, uh, develop the skills on that arena. So my project, basically, if you'll see my project, um, like my projects such as like planning of the intersection, or pedestrian facilities, urban infrastructure, and leveling of jetty, or transportation of like designing of highways. These were all aligning to a skill set, and this skills was surveying. Uh, Surveying was the major skill domain. Then measurement, designing, and transportation engineering, and these were aligning the major skills I was having, and I honed my skills and I went into the journey. Yeah.
Wow. So I see, like your role was pretty much particularly systematic.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, because um, I got a good thing that I got good professors, I got good environment in my engineering, and good college. So it was very good, but there are a lot of students, they don't get this in their early stage, in their early career. So having a good professor, having a good mentor is important. That is important in life.
that do make sense. So, what is your perspective about the essential roles of a person who's working on a site?
Yeah, like again, I will come back to your main two reasons, like trained and untrained people, and I will align with the what kind of people are associated with site development, and what are your roles, and how you can have a good career into on-site as well, and project management as well. So when you look with the differentiation of trained and untrained people, the major qualities are like trained people, trained civil engineers are visionary. They
Mm,
they can able to form the strategy. Second is they are determinant, that they're having some determination, goals, and objective in their life, and in their project case study as well. Thirdly, they are ambitious, that they want to complete a project in any situation, because it is not the softwares, it is not the industry of any soft con. It is very hard, and if something happens, then
mm,
whole project get collapsed. So you should be having uh, ambition. And third, when people quality is like skills, they should be having a good skills.
mm,
And when I talk about the untrained people, or most of the people, they get into after their engineering, they directly get into the operations or constructions. They are very confused. So untrained are confused. They don't have skills, good skills, and they are dependent upon others. So
oh,
never should depend upon the others. So
mm,
for the small things as well, you go on to your professors, you go to your seniors, associates, and that solution is there on internet. You should not go and search for a lot of the things. So go on internet, study something, get good skills, and transform yourself from trained to trained professional. And when you go on site, these things are there. Like if there's 5 or 4 qualities you are having, um, uh, then you are then ball is in your court. So that is
great.
that I want to tell you.
That makes us look at so many aspects of the same field, right? We do not
Yeah.
have just one single department to look at civil engineering. We have different roles and different responsibilities too. Um, for example, if you were given a chance to go back to your college life and change something about your college life, which you might have been regretting somewhere, then what will you change about yourself?
Actually, this is a very good question and interesting one. And I did this thing.
Okay.
literally, literally, I did this thing,
Mm.
and I got scolded by my professors as well, because they became very egoistic at this time, and and I did it. Like literally, when I got a very profound college and university. Like right now, I'm studying into a Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyor, and when I saw the professionalism over there, then I thought that this thing would run into my college life as well.
Mm.
So I texted in my official group the real feedback. The message name was real feedback, and very long passage I have written with some bulletin points that what things you should change in our college so that our students of civil engineering will get benefit towards it. And I added literally a 10 or 15 points, and every teacher were calling me that what happened, Saurabh? Directly you typed into official group, and why? What happened? Are you upset about college or something like that? So, but they appreciated as well after that, because they said that yeah, it is the need and we should look after it. And some of this I will try to mention over here, like there should be skill development classes should be there, or skill development centers should be there. They were there, but they were not that much active. Like skill development in sense of classes for Revit, classes for software classes for AutoCAD or something like that. Then how to take levelings or how to operate the auto levels, the simple basic fundamental skills of civil engineering. Though they have, though every civil engineering college have, but they are not profound. So
Mm,
you should be very profound in this manner. And even skill development centers for the teacher as well, where teacher go and study onto the new concept and work upon those new concept and come up with those new challenges concept uh, into the industry and teach their students. So this were main things I want to change.
mm.
And if I get an opportunity again to change that thing, I would definitely do it. Yeah.
Wow, that was a different insight, and we definitely appreciate the idea because most of the students do need the skill development process as well. Because not only the point of view of teaching is going to help us, because we need to be confident, to run the world. That's why.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. There should be that, uh, and one should always do that thing as well. After their engineering, I didn't did it, but one should always do it. That is important into industry.
okay. So, okay. One last advice you would like to give all the aspiring civil engineers here right now?
Yeah. One last advice I would like to give all my fellow engineers is, first of all, I think enjoy. Civil engineering is not that much luxurious like IT engineering, but enjoy the field. There are a lot of opportunities, and there are a lot of verticals you can explore and get your expertise into professional field and develop yourself. Uh, 4 to 5 qualities I would like to suggest, like one should always have when they get into the industry, such as they should be team player. They should not be egoistic person. Civil engineering is all about teamwork. They should be a team player. Second, they should be resilient, because there are a lot of things happen into the real world that haunts you and that bends you, and you feel very negative at that moment. So you should be resilient. Then responsibility is on your shoulder. Third one is responsible. That you should be very responsible, because you are constructing something. People are going to use that thing, and if that fail, people can die. So human life is very important.
Mhm,
And third thing is communicator
mhm,
and timekeeper. Last one. So you should be very good communicator, because you have to communicate between the senior management and to the labor class as well. So you should be having vertical, that how to communicate with levels, how to communicate with senior managers, how to communicate with your friends. So that thing you should be having. And time management, that everything is dependent upon time into construction industry. If you are late by at least an hour, your project got delayed by 1 month as well. So you should be on time.
mhm. There was one more thing, and people should look
And
after.
And last thing, I want to give a quote over here
Mhm.
um, that will motivate a civil engineer. I always love the quote by Julia Mormon. Um, she says that the quote is like, my building will be my legacy. My building will be my legacy. They will speak for me long after I'm gone. Like whatever you have
Mhm.
crafted, the legacy will be there, and people will remind your structure. So always be so careful about your structures.
Wow, that had been a wonderful time with you, and we cherish all your words and wise paths you have just looked after right now.
Thank you so much, Disha. It was great talking with you as well.
Okay, all the way, sir. We believe your future is going to prove your legacy, and we are going to watch it too.
Yeah, I hope so as well.